Well, it seems like the sky is falling, according to some Knicks fans, because they were unable to get the job done on the road against the Miami Heat on Sunday. We got a lot to break down, and all the latest Knicks news you need to know is going to be broken down in this video. The Knicks are taking on the Milwaukee Bucks, NBA on NBC tonight. I'm excited for that game, but there's been a lot of interesting things happening among the Knicks fan base after their loss to the Miami Heat, and I just wanted to make this video before tonight's game against the Bucks, just to give you guys all the latest news that you need to know, but also kind of calm down a little bit. I mean, I'm seeing people panic and start bringing up the lineups from, when we had Dante and Randall and saying we shouldn't have made that trade, and now we're just giving up on this team, giving up on Mike Brown because of one game. Newsflash, the Knicks were never going to go 82-0, okay? This is the NBA here we're talking about. It's going to be a long season, and if you thought the Knicks were just going to go undefeated and just win every single game, I mean, that's on you. So let's get into the video, but please feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments about the state of the New York Knicks early on in the season. We got 3 games. The Knicks are 2-0 at home, went on the road in Miami, unable to get the job done. So let's get straight into it. Now, that game against the Miami Heat, that was just the bench unit. Completely fell apart, in my opinion. Jalen Brunson led the way with 37 points. Really high efficiency in terms of, him doing his thing. High usage for sure. And the bench unit completely fell apart. But the big thing about that game that I'm definitely going to keep a note on as we head into tonight's game against the Bucks moving forward is the Knicks put up a lot of three-pointers. They tied a franchise record for the amount of three-pointers that they attempted in this game. It was like 50-something total threes, and they did not hit a lot of them, and I think that's a big issue. So I wonder if that's going to continue. The Knicks are going to keep trying to shoot the rock from beyond the arc, more volume, because that is something that I'm definitely seeing a little bit of a difference from this Knicks team with Mike Brown as the head coach, of course. But when you have Jordan Clarkson off the bench just going 2 for 11 for 8 points, Josh Hart in 28 minutes, just 6 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 of 5 from the field. Kolek in 9 minutes didn't do much. Yabusele in 15 minutes. He has been absolutely terrible off the bench early on in his Knicks career. Let's just keep it a buck there. And Landry Shamet 0 for 4. I mean, the bench unit was a disaster, and that bench unit is what's supposed to make this Knicks team dangerous. So I'm definitely going to be watching this game tonight closely in terms of the bench. Guys like, Deuce McBride and all these guys, now that they're in their starting lineup, they're going to have to step up and do their job, because you look around the NBA, the Knicks are going to be able to stack up against these basketball teams only if their bench unit continues to play really, really good basketball. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments, of course, because if you're a Knicks fan and you expect this Knicks team to go out there and dominate every single game, I mean, you got to relax. Obviously, the first game against the Cavaliers, big-time win. We were not able to beat the Cavs once in the previous season. You beat the Boston Celtics at home. The vibes are high, 2-0. Knicks fans are like, we're going to go crazy. We're going to be the number 1 seed. Like, I really do think that, my expectations for the season is high, but early on in the season, I'm not expecting them to go out there and just completely dominate and become the first seed and for the whole season, and then we're never going to have to worry about anybody else. Like, that's not going to be the case here. There's going to be a learning curve with this, coaching staff. You're seeing Mike Brown, his unique way of coaching this basketball team. One thing I noticed, and a lot of people noticed, of course, more specifically Clyde Frazier during the broadcast on MSG, was Karl-Anthony Towns gets checked out of the game, and Mike Brown is talking to him for like an extended amount of time, coaching him up. And I think that is really interesting that, Mike Brown is really trying to get these guys to buy into what he's preaching. And the fact that he was able to talk to him like that much after that, him subbing him out of the game, I just noted there. Clyde Frazier noticed that. Everybody noticed that. And I wonder if that's going to continue, if Mike Brown's going to keep talking and keep having an open dialogue with these players, which is what you want, because you look at this basketball team with the New York Knicks, they got all the talent in the world. They got the stars. We got the depth. Everything is fit for a really big season coming up. A championship season is what we're hoping for. But I honestly think that the Knicks are going to start off the season. There's going to be some bumps. And if you don't expect these bumps to come, I mean, that's on you. I think that this Knicks team is going to grow from those games like they did against the Miami Heat. And you also got to give the Heat credit, man. They played a really good basketball game themselves, man. They were hitting their shots. Powell went out there and did his thing. Bam Adebayo's having a really good season. The Miami Heat, they're a low-key team right now. Everybody thought that they're a squad that He's just going to be a bottom feeder. They trade away Jimmy Butler. They don't have Tyler Hero healthy right now, but they got a young team with a lot of first-round draft picks that went up there and played good basketball. And I think that this is a wake-up call for us Knicks fans to ground ourselves a little bit. Be humble. We can't just expect to go out there and just become an absolute powerhouse as much as we want that to happen. I think it's going to take time for this Knicks basketball team to get on the same page and become that powerhouse that we're hopeful for. Because let's also remember this. The Knicks got to play their best brand of basketball in March, April, May, and June. That's where we should really be looking at this basketball team. This is where the Knicks can try a lot of things out. Mike Brown is learning on the fly in terms of what rotations work, what five on the court really does not work, what does work. You know, which players off the bench are we going to want to use? Even the starting five, I feel like, is not even solidified yet. Mitchell Robinson not healthy is, of course, a big thing there. I think that as this season goes on, you can't really look at October basketball and have these crazy opinions I'm seeing across the internet from some Knicks fans that they're just giving up on everything. Like 3 games in. I mean, that's just ridiculous, in my opinion, which is why I felt like in today's video, that's what I had to break down, because it feels like there's just a consensus now that people are upset that Mike Brown's the coach, and they're upset with that Karl-Anthony Towns trade and feel like with Julius Randle and Dante would be doing better right now. I don't know. I'm not going to go into the trade that happened last year. I'm going to focus on what this Knicks team is built for right in this moment. And I do think that guys like OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, they're going to have a bounce back game, at least I hope. I mean, Bridges was pretty good in that game against the Miami Heat. A very efficient game, a season high point wise, 20 points from Mikal Bridges, 5 rebounds, 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown. If he can really get his efficiency from beyond the arc, that's only going to be big time. And if Jalen Brunson can become that, high level scorer, we don't want him to have to go out there and get 37 points a game like what he did against the Heat. He's going to need some help with guys like Cat, who's dealing with that quad injury, 6 of 14. That's not going to really help out. But the bench unit is the big thing here that we're going to keep watching, because without the Knicks going out there and making big time plays off the bench, we're not going to have a lot of good opportunities, man. We're really not. Let's be honest, man. Last year's Knicks was all about the starting five. That's what it was about. And then the bench unit was really just a 7-8-man rotation. Mike Brown is going to wait and see what this Knicks team is about, what type of players is going to fit his culture, what type of players are going to start playing his brand of basketball. Because I also want to remind everybody, Mike Brown is not even installing an offense early on in the season. What he's doing is allowing them to go play free, play basketball, read, each other, read the rim, read the ball, and just play reactionary basketball. And he thinks, in Mike Brown's philosophy, that's going to organically create this system where the ball's moving freely. Everybody is, moving the ball, off the ball movement, all that stuff. And then eventually he's going to install some plays. And obviously they're doing some sets. It's not like they're going out there and not doing any plays. But Mike Brown doesn't want to throw a giant playbook at them early on in the season and have them learn that he wants them to learn on the fly, learn through experience, which I think is the best teacher in the world, in my opinion, is experience. And the Knicks, I think the first 20, 25 games of the season, I'm not expecting them to be 23-2 or anything like that. I think it's going to be one of those early parts of the season where they're the middle of the road, they're up in the East, probably a top 5 seed, and then hopefully when they get their rhythm, Mitchell Robinson gets healthy, everybody gets to 100% in the back end of the season, that's when we start seeing this Knicks team really becoming a wagon. That's at least my hopes. You guys let me know if you agree with that. I just had to make this video because I'm seeing way too much panic and weird energy around Knicks fans. Come on, man. Let's keep our hope with this team. Let's keep the confidence. Let's keep the vibes up. This is an exciting basketball season. We got Knicks basketball back on NBC for the first time since the 90s, which I'm excited about. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Shout out to Sleeper for being the proud sponsor of Knicks Media all season long. If you guys want to take advantage of a $20 for free, if you guys did not already, you guys can use my code NICKS down below in the description. Click that link. Open up your Sleeper account. You got a lot of fun things over there on Sleeper. Of course, you can win up to 100x your money. Really fun stuff, not just basketball bets, but you got World Series stuff going on with the Dodgers and the Blue Jays, NFL bets as well. So big shout out to Sleeper. Bet responsibly. Terms and conditions apply, of course. And don't forget to comment down below your thoughts about everything I broke down in this video. Love to hear what you guys have to say. As always, I'm out of here, folks. Let's go, Knicks. See you soon.